Hello dear students. In this session we are going to solve a numerical on strain energy. In this question we are given a tension bar of 5 meter long made up of two parts. 3 meter of its length has a cross section area of 10 centimeter square while the remaining 2 meter has a cross section area of 20 centimeter square. An axial load of 80 kN is gradually applied. Find the total strain energy produced in the bar and compare this value with that obtained in a uniform bar of same length and same volume under the same load. E is also given to us, right? So, in this question, we are given with a bar of 5 meter long. Tensile load is applied because it is a tension bar, and it is given that it has two parts. 3 meter part of this bar has cross-section area of 10 centimeter square and remaining 2 meter length of this bar has cross-section area of 20 centimeter square. Axial load of 80 kilonewton is applied and this is tensile load, right? And it is gradually applied. We have to find the total strain energy stored in the bar and we have to also compare this strain energy with the value that if this bar would have been a uniform bar of same volume, same length and under same load, right? So E is also given to us. So we have to basically compare these two strain energies, right? So let us solve this problem. In this question, we are going to find out the strain energy stored in this specimen. This specimen is of two different sections, different area, 10 centimeter square of length 3 meter bar and 20 centimeter square of 2 meter bar, and this is a combined specimen bar of having a load of 80 kilonewton at the ends, and we have to find out the strain energy stored in this part and strain energy stored in this part and also the total strain energy stored. In the second part we have to find out that if there is another specimen of same material of uniform cross section area of same length of same load applied, what is the strain energy stored in that part, right? And we can find out the ratio of the two strain energy stored, right? So how to solve this problem? We know that what is the strain energy stored? What is the strain energy stored in a bar? In simple stresses and direct stresses we have done in our theory lectures. That strain energy stored is given by, that is sigma square upon 2E, where E is the modulus of elasticity multiplied by Young's modulus of elasticity multiplied by the volume. This is the strain energy stored, right? So what is the stress? Now stress will be different because area is different. So stress in one, suppose this is 1, this is 2, we have divided into two parts. So 1 is the this cross section area 10 centimeter square bar and this is 20 centimeter square bar. So sigma 1 will be equal to load upon area. Load is 80 kilonewton, so 80 we can write 1000 Newton, and area, what is area? 10 centimeter square. 10 centimeter square can be converted into millimeter square, so it will be about 2 centimeter to millimeter, right? So about 2 millimeter square, right? So this will come out to be Newton per millimeter square or megapascal. So this will come out to be 80 megapascal or Newton per millimeter square or megapascal. So 80 megapascal is the stress in first bar, right? Megapascal, 1 megapascal is 1 Newton per millimeter square, right? That's why I have written megapascal. Sigma 2 is the stress in the other part. So that is the load upon second area. So that will be equal to 80. Load is same. Upon area is 20 multiplied by 10 power 2, right? So this will come out to be 40 megapascal or Newton per millimeter square, right? 1 megapascal is 1 Newton per millimeter square. So 40 and 80 are the stresses developed in this material. So what is the strain energy stored in one part? So that will be equal to, or you can find out the volume also. What is the volume of each part? Volume of one part and volume of two part. So volume of one part will be equal to area multiplied by length. So cross section area we know 10 centimeter square. So it can be converted to millimeter. So 10 power 2 millimeter square. This is the area. Multiplied by length is 3 meter. So this may be 3000. So this will come out to be this much millimeter cube. So this will come out to be 3 multiplied by 10 to power 6 millimeter cube. So this is the volume of first part. Volume of second part is area of the second part multiplied by length of second part, so that will be equal to area 20. So 20 multiplied by 10 power 2, this is millimeter square, multiplied by length is 2 meters, so this is 2000 millimeter. So this will come out to be 4 multiplied by 10 to power 6 millimeter cube. So this is the volume of the two parts. So stresses are there, volume are there, we can find out the strain energy stored in each part, right? E is same for the both the parts of the specimen. So U1 will be equal to sigma 1 square upon 2E multiplied by volume, right? So that will be equal to sigma 1 is 80. So 80 square divided by 2 multiplied by E. E is given to us. Modulus of elasticity of this material is given to us. That is 2 multiplied by 10 power 5. 2 into 10 power 5 megapascal multiplied by volume. Volume is given to us. We have calculated 3 into 10 power 6. So this will come out to be the strain energy stored in the material 1 in Newton millimeter, which can be converted to Newton meter also. So solve it and find out the value of U1. So what is the value of U1? That is 48,000 Newton millimeter. 48,000 Newton millimeter or 48 Newton meter, right? 48 Newton meter is the strain energy stored in the part 1 of the material, right? By applying the load of 80 kN. What is the strain energy stored in part 2 of the material? So that will be U2. So that will be sigma 2 square upon 2E multiplied by volume of the second part. So that will be equal to 40 square divided by 2 multiplied by E, that is 2 into 10 to the power 5 multiplied by volume. Volume of the second part is 4 into 10 power 6. So this much Newton millimeter. So solve it and you will get the answer. U2 will come out to be 16,000 Newton millimeter. 16,000 Newton millimeter. So this will be 16 Newton meter. So we have obtained U1 and U2. Now you find out the total strain energy stored in the material. That will be the sum of the total two strain energies, U1 plus U2. So U will come out to be U1 is 48, U2 is 16. So this will come out to be 64 Newton meter. So this is the total strain energy stored in the material. This is one of the answer, 64 Newton meter. Next we have to find out the strain energy stored in the material if this bar is of uniform cross-sectional area. This bar is converted to a uniform cross-sectional area and the length and the load applied is same, right? So volume is same, it means same volume, same length and same load applied. So how to do that part of this question? Now in the next part of this question, this specimen is made of same material but of uniform cross-section area. So suppose this is the cross-section area, length is same, length is kept same, and this is made up of mu bar of uniform cross-section area. Suppose the area of cross-section of this bar is A, which we have to find out, and the length is same, that is 3 plus 2 5 meters. Also the load applied is same, that is 80 kilonewton load is applied. So 80 kilonewton load is applied. Area is unknown to us and 5 meter length is there. So what is the, first we have to find out the area. What is the area of this bar, which is of uniform cross-section area of same volume that it was previously, right? So previously volume, what was the volume of the previous, in previous case, what was the total volume? We know, you should remember that V1 was come out to be, for this case V1 was come out to be 3 multiplied by 10 power 6 millimeter cube. V2 was come out to be 4 into 10 power 6 millimeter cube. So total volume of this specimen is V1 plus V2, that is 7 multiplied by 10 power 6 millimeter cube. This is the volume, right? And length is 5 meters and volume is, now volume remains same. Volume remains same. So volume is equal to length multiplied by area. So cross section area of this part is, because we have kept the volume same, so this is V by L, that will be equal to 7 into 10 power 6 by L, length is 5 meters. So this is the cross sectional area of same specimen, of same material, of same volume, load applied and same length, but uniform cross section area, right? So volume, so area of cross section of this part, this bar is, this come out to be, we can solve it and find out the area, cross section area, 1400 millimeter square. 1400 millimeter square. Now, what is the strain energy stored in this material? That is U. So U will be equal to sigma square upon 2E multiplied by volume, and probably the material is same given to us. Same material is given to us. So sigma square, sigma. What is sigma? What is the stress developed in this? Stress developed. That is load upon area. Area is known to us. So that is load upon area, and load is known to us 80,000 divided by 1400. So this will come out to be, stress developed in this material is 57.14 megapascal or Newton per millimeter square. So you can put here 57.14 square divided by 2 multiplied by, E is again same. How much was the E? 2 into 10 power 5 multiplied by volume. Volume is known to us, that is 7 multiplied by 10 power 6. By this we can find out the new strain energy stored in the material. So strain energy stored will be equal to 57.14 Newton meter, right? So previously the strain energy stored was 64 Newton meter in this bar. If this is made of uniform cross section area, the strain energy stored is 57.14 Newton meter. So what is the ratio of strain energy? This was the initial strain energy, this is the final strain energy. So ratio of strain energy ratio of both the cases, initial divided by final, that will be equal to 64 by 57.14. This can be solved and it will come out to be 1.12. 1.12 is the strain energy ratio for the two specimens, right? So this is the another answer of this question. So this is how we can find out the strain energy stored in case of a direct load is applied.